Hello and welcome to the show. This is episode 34 of the Life of Gaming podcast. My name is Jamie and I'll be your captain on this cruise of video game awesomeness. And you all know my co-host, the bearded man, the bearded wonder, Mr. Josh Brant.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're... I'll stop there. No, I just got a remark on how we always say awesome. Yes. So we should totally change our name to the Totally Awesome and Rad Awesomeness podcast.
That would be perfect, sir. So
I thought that would work out pretty well.
Right. And for anyone listening to this, we might sound a little bit different, but what we're doing, we're actually recording our Skype video today. So we're going to do an actual video episode. So we'll see how this turns out.
Our ugly mugs.
Right. So, and it's just Brant and I tonight. We're actually going to do a very special episode about the VGAs. That was the original plan, but, things happen. Last week, I was out of commission. I had kidney stone and kidney infection, so that was wonderful. So
gotta get those kidney stones out.
So that's all taken care of. That was a very awful experience. This week, Matt is out, and then Bremy, who we have on the show sometimes, he's out sick. So it's just me and Brant. And instead of us talking about the VGAs, today we figured we would be talking about our early impressions of Fallout 4. I haven't finished it. I don't think you finished it either, Brant. But
since we tried to record last week, I haven't even played it. Honestly.
We've had some serious problems with we tried recording audio. Video last week had some problems, but we think we've worked out just for you guys. So we'll see.
Terrible. But my computer woes continue.
Yes, and your computer wouldn't even turn on today. You tried to turn on to the battery, so now you're on your iPad. So we're recording all this on the iPad.
And watch all this get ruined. Oh,
wonderful. But,
knock on wood.
So, dude, what are you up to, man? What have you been up to lately?
Like I said, it's been a lot of working. Just a lot of work, and then fighting those Black Friday crowds.
Oh,
it's
right.
out of control, man.
Wonderful.
What do you do? Yeah.
So did you get any good Black Friday deals? I'm kind of curious.
Did get Mad Max.
Oh, cool. Okay.
The game. So wonderful. I can't wait to play that. I have this extensive backlog that just keeps growing because we record on nights like this, so I can't play video games. So
put all the blame on me.
It's a never-ending. Right. Yeah. On our awesome podcast.
Oh, dude,
everything is awesome. No.
But I'm just saying, I went Black Friday. Well, we didn't plan to go Black Friday shopping. What happened? We went and saw the new Hunger Games, the final Hunger Games movie today. We went and saw it this morning, but the movie didn't start for a little while. So we're like, we'll head over to Walmart, see if there's any scraps left from Black Friday. Because, it's like 10 o'clock. So we're like, there's
not throwing any
10 o'clock
punches.
In the morning. Yeah. Like, things have to be gone. So we went over there and walked over. And as we were, we didn't see anything, but as we were walking out, they had these, these big red boxes with all the, movies and games and stuff in it. And I noticed the video game section. I'm like, I wonder what's over there. So I went and looked, and I was digging through some stuff. And they had one copy of The Witcher 3. And Brant, I know you've been talking about that game a lot. So I'm like, I gotta check it out. And I looked at the thing, it had a blue sticker on it, but the blue sticker was like, it looked like it was put on by somebody else. Like, it didn't look like the blue sticker was actually on it. So I'm like, is this just a joke? Is this really $25? So I took it up to the counter, and they checked it out, $25. I got The Witcher 3 for $25. And it's the one that comes with the soundtrack and the map and the stickers and all that extra hoopla in the box.
I think every game comes with that.
It's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, they're awesome though. Yeah, it's
$25, you can't beat that.
Oh yeah.
But dude,
it's worth it.
Yeah, that adds to my backlog because right now, like we're going to talk about Fallout today, I'm still trying to finish Fallout, and that game is just massive. Then I know Rob over at the Work Print, he actually gave me his copy of Assassin's Creed Syndicate. He said he loved it. He wanted me to check it out. I'm very grateful for that, but I haven't had to start it yet.
I have it too, and I haven't started it.
It's just because I want to do one game at a time. I want to get through Fallout. So I'm like, I'll get through Fallout, and I'll hop on Assassin's Creed. Well, then my wife and I had our anniversary, right? My wife and I had our anniversary last week, and she surprised me and bought me Rise of the Tomb Raider. So now I've got Fallout, I've got Rise of the Tomb Raider, I've got Assassin's Creed, and then today, not wanting to buy anything, I ended up buying The Witcher. All these games
the largest game
I know, because Fallout's hundreds of hours, Witcher's hundreds of hours. And then the other thing, my wife is getting me one present for Christmas, and it's going to be Xenoblade Chronicles X. And as you know, that game, they said that game alone, if you do nothing but the story missions in that game, it still takes you over 100 hours to beat that game. Just the story, not doing side missions. So I've got like 3 of the biggest games of the, like, size-wise. Massive games.
Won't have to buy another game at all next year.
Dude, this is crazy. I'm like, how am I going to play any of this stuff?
And you haven't even bought Super Mario Maker yet.
No, I haven't.
I thought for sure that'd be a day one.
I know. So I haven't bought Super Mario Maker. I'm trying to think what else I have on my list. We got a couple games. I do want to check out, what's it called? Transformers Devastation. That game got pretty good reviews, and I like that.
I rented that from the library.
Did you like it?
Yeah,
it's pretty really short. It's like 6 hours.
It's elementary, it's elementary in its execution. But if you're a Transformers fan, it's got all that awesome. It has the original voice cast, the animations. And that's worth checking out if you like it.
Right, and that's one where it was also $25 at Walmart, but I had to get one or the other, and I'm like, well, which I felt like at the time, Witcher 3 is a better deal. Right.
Yeah.
So I picked up that. But now, the past few episodes of the podcast, we've had no PlayStation news. There's been like nothing really big in the PlayStation world.
PSX next week.
Right. And then all of a sudden, all this news just went kapoof. And I don't know if it's because PSX is coming up, but they talked about a lot of different stuff. Because one thing, they announced that backwards compatibility is coming to PlayStation, or the PlayStation 2 games are going to become backwards compatible on the PlayStation 4. So first of all, let me hit you with that, Brant. Do you still play your PlayStation 2 games at all?
I have a few. Odin Sphere, Rayman 2 or 3.
Okay.
One of those.
Yeah.
I don't really go back to them. Oh, yeah, Fatal Frame.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. 2 for the PS2. But
cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. If it's true that you can just get your disc, put it in there.
Yeah.
Play it. I mean, they said they would add trophies.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. Yeah, that's really cool.
And like totally revamp everything, which a lot of people had a PS2 but couldn't get back to it. But now, if it comes to PS4.
Well, let me ask. I got a couple questions for you on that. Then the first one: do you think this is going to eat into the PlayStation Now service they already have?
It's a good question. I wonder if it's going to be compatible with PS Now, like maybe the emulations from the PS Now, it just links to that. So maybe you're just playing from PS Now.
Right, and I'm wondering about that too, because like on Xbox One, I've got quite a few Xbox 360 games. Actually, I'm spending more money than I should right now, but everything is a good deal because I'm part of Black Friday. I love Mirror's Edge. Literally, that is one of probably my top 5 favorite games of all time. I absolutely adore that game, and I've been wanting to buy it for a long time, but it's like $20 used, like to get it used. And they had it on Xbox 360 Black Friday, so for $5 digitally. So I actually got it for $5 and downloaded it. But where I was going with this, on the Xbox One, when you put an Xbox 360 game into the system, it downloads it onto your hard drive, and you play it off the hard drive. You don't really need the disc except to activate it. But I'm wondering if PlayStation 4 is going to do the same thing with PS2. Is it just you think it's just going to download directly onto the system itself?
The emulations that they were talking about with the Star Wars, like if you buy Star Wars Battlefront, you get 3 Star Wars games, and I guess they were old PS2 emulations.
Yeah.
And they download to your system.
Oh, okay.
I guess they're going to have trophies too. So it looks like that's the route they're going. I don't think it's going to be near a vast of library as Xbox, but if they can get the popular games out, maybe those ones you can download to the system. And it makes me wonder why they never talk about this with PS Now. They have the technology. Why don't they just find a way? Because I know they could. Of that, you buy the disc, or you can just download it, buy it from the PSN store, and then play it as many times as you want over PS Now. I think that would be a great way to use that system, but it seems like they really want to charge you.
Now, they have no launch date or anything on this yet. They just kind of came out in the open and said, hey, the whole reason they brought it up. Now, Brant, I know you and I, we both listen to P.S. I Love You from Kind of Funny, Greg and Colin.
Oh, I love that
Great
podcast.
show. And on there, they were talking about the whole reason they thought it came out, why PlayStation even announced this, was because some hackers or whatever got into the back end of the Star Wars stuff. They found out it was running on a PlayStation 2 emulator, and then PlayStation said, "Oh, you caught us. We're working on this." So they kind of caught them off guard. But the other thing Greg and Colin talked about, they said, how many games do you think are going to come to this PlayStation backwards compatibility service when it launches? And Greg said, I think he said like 25. I mean, now Xbox One, it came out with 100 titles right out of the gate. Do you think Sony's going to do the same and try to get that many titles to be backwards compatible at launch?
No, I don't think there's a chance for that. What Greg said, 2025 at the most, get the popular PS2 games that everybody wants.
Right.
And then go from there.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, here's the other PlayStation news, because like I said, a lot of stuff came out this week. The other thing they announced, well, it apparently leaked. I think it leaked or they announced it. I can't remember which it was. You use your Vita a lot to stream your PlayStation 4 games, right?
Actually, it's funny. I got the Vita because you could stream to the PS4, but I use it totally just to play like all these great indie games that you can cross-buy and play actual native games to it. And I play those more than streaming. Like, I rarely use the streaming, which is funny, but it works well when I do use it.
Cool. Well, I mean, now, if you could stream it to your PC, would you use it more? Because that's something that they just announced. They're going to try to get it to stream on the PC.
After all our problems with my PC, you think I'm going to stream to this piece of crap? Yeah, right.
Okay, but hypothetically, if you get a better computer, would you stream it?
If I had a better computer, then yes, I would dabble in it.
Okay.
But with my Vita, I love it. Controls fine on that if I ever wanted to stream it somewhere else.
Sure. And honestly, I didn't know how much I loved streaming to things until I could. Because like my wife wanted to watch a show and I'll be like, okay. And if I have my Wii U, I'll play on the gamepad. And now with my Xbox One, I can just play. I can come into here on the computer, turn on the PC, and just stream it straight to the PC. There's no lag. Runs at 1080p. It's super strong signal. It's great. I love it a lot.
It's definitely. I'm surprised by the news actually because PCs. You think of Microsoft, not Sony. Yeah. So it's funny, that it's even happening.
Right, and I guess there's some kind of like I don't know what you would call it, like not bootleg, but like there's already software out there that does it. That's like a workaround. But this is going to be an official Sony, labeled thing. Yeah,
I guess so, and it's coming to Mac too, I believe.
Yes, it is, which is pretty cool.
I don't think Microsoft has that.
No, because right now, Microsoft streaming is kind of, what do you want to call it? It's kind of a little small box. It's kind of, because what's happening with that one, you can stream it on Windows 10 PCs and certain tablets. They said in the future, you'll be able to stream it to pretty much almost any Windows device, but right now, it's just Windows. But like I said, any Windows device. They don't have any word on Mac for that.
Yeah.
So... Right.
There's an app for everything.
Right.
I'll think of something.
Yeah. Well, and we were talking about Black Friday earlier. Actually, before I do that, is there any other big PlayStation news that's happened recently? Because I think those are like the two big stories.
Those are the two big stories. Yeah. I mean, as far as deals go, I don't know if you want to hit on that later.
Sure. No, we can actually hit that now because we were talking about Black Friday, and I know you were super excited about some stuff in the PlayStation Store. What's going on there?
Well, first of all, they have a 10% discount for this week only. That ends this coming Monday. So if you're listening to this, as soon as it goes up, get on that. But you can bundle everything for 10% off. And they have this huge flash sale going on that has games like Syndicate, Assassin's Creed Syndicate for $35.
Wow.
Axiom Verge, $13. Let's see, Batman Arkham Knight Premium Edition, $62, or the regular $30. They have, let's see here. There's some good ones. Dishonored for $15. The Order 1886 is $10.
Cool.
Yeah, Mad Max $45. That's not really too much because I got mine for $20. Right. But yeah, there's a ton of games on there, so check that out. Go to the PSN and just look at the flash sale.
Cool. I'm actually, while you're doing that, I'm actually pulling some up on my phone too real quick because I know that now Xbox has a lot of really awesome sales going on as well. But I'm trying to find it here. I know that Nintendo has their cyber deals going on right now, which is actually, I mean, it's kind of like their Black Friday.
Nintendo has deals.
They do. They actually have a Black Friday sale going on. I'm trying to pull it up here real quick on my phone if I can here. Let's see here. Oh, there it goes. Let me get that to load here. Because the only thing is with the Nintendo sales, I'm looking at them, and there's some awesome sales going on right now. Like you can get Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD for $34. You can get Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for $34. Pikmin 3 for $38. The Wonderful 101 for $19. Now, if you have not played the Wonderful 101, that game is awesome. Let's see here. You can get Don't Starve for $7. You can get, let's see here.
That's a good game.
Scrolling through here. Little Inferno for $4. You can get Scram Kidding His Buddy on Rails for $4. Mutant Muds for $4. Like, it's just, and that's just on the Wii U. Over on the 3DS, you can get Fire Emblem Awakening for $27. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. That game is awesome. I actually got the special limited edition new 3DS XL that was all like Monster Hunter themed. So if you haven't played that, check it out. That's one game
I would like to play.
Kid Icarus Uprising, another amazing game, $24. Let's see here. You can get Crash Mo for $4, SteamWorld Dig for $4. I mean, there's just so much you can get right now. And Xbox is doing the same thing. Xbox started their Black Friday sales as well. Now it's all digital. That's the thing. If you don't like digital, that's kind of, I mean,
most people are going digital now anyway.
Right. Honestly,
should be.
Right. And the last few games I bought, I got them digitally, just because, like with Fallout 4, I had $30 credit on my Xbox, and so that's what I used to get Fallout 4. I was planning to get a physical copy, but I got a digital copy of that. I actually really like having, like, I've always been a physical, like, I like having that physical copy, like having it in my hands, like having it on my shelf. And now my wife and I, with our house, trying to reorganize and move things around, I'm thinking, I got all these boxes. Like, I've just got like a shelf of video games. I'm like, I like having stuff digital now because I can just sit on my Xbox, hit a button, go to the next game, hit a button. Like, I don't have to move.
Yeah.
As lazy as that makes me sound.
It is nice.
It's
you don't
actually
have to get
really
up and
nice.
Get out or get your kids to put in the disc, It's pretty nice. I mean, then they get smears on them. And then
right. And I've like music and books, I've gone digital a long time ago. But with video games, I'm still liking the physical copies, but I find myself slowly leaning towards going all digital.
There's really no advantage other than, look at my awesome video game collection. I mean, you still have to download the same number of gigs.
Right. And because it either downloads off the disc or, it's on your system to play. The only thing that worries me about digital stuff, because we're still if you look at video games as a whole, we're still pretty early in the industry, especially on fully digital content. I'm just worried in the future, if you can't, like, those servers go down, that's it. You can't get it back.
Yeah, that's true. That's sort of scary.
And that's the only bad thing with digital. That's the one thing I don't like about digital. But other than that, it's pretty good.
It makes you wonder when they're going to, like, take down Xbox 360 and Xbox or the PS3 market. But yeah, then you just lose all those digital games forever.
I know, and that sucks. I mean, now the PlayStation is kind of nice because they've got it on even though it's on your account, you can download it.
Yeah.
Which is nice because your PS4 knows you have it, so you can re-download it.
Sure. Yeah.
Because things like Flower
it's always
and,
there.
and what else? What else is on there? Journey, like all those games, you own them before.
Journey.
PS4 knows it, and you can download it again, which is really nice.
Right. It recognizes everything that you bought before as cross-buy.
Right.
And that's how I got Journey. I have so many games across all three systems,
which is great.
They have the best ecosystem of any publish or any developer ever. So
yes, absolutely. I completely agree with that. Absolutely. Because like with my Xbox, it's nice because I mean, I like having my phone, my tablet, my Xbox, it's all talking to each other, which is great. But my games for my Xbox are just on my Xbox. Right. And so like, I don't have different devices I can jump between. Although the Xbox 360, the way they're doing backwards compatibility is really nice. It just shows up in your download queue of stuff you've downloaded in the past. You just hit reinstall and it re-downloads it onto the Xbox One versus the 360, which is nice. But I agree. PlayStation, the way they handle it, the PlayStation Plus program, the value in that it's really nice because you get it on the Vita, on the PS3, and the PS4. You get it everywhere.
Right. It's 6 free games a month, and usually they're pretty good too.
Right.
Awesome. So online play, free games, I'll go for that.
Yeah. And some of these games that I think on 360, people haven't been playing online in a long time. Now that backwards compatibility is on, I can see people hopping into Gears again, hopping into older stuff and playing online again just because it's there.
It's nice. The free PS3 games you get every month are usually full scale, like God of War Ascension.
Wow,
I never played that, but I was able to buy, download it for free, which I guess is not free because you're paying $50 a year.
But if you
they
take
might
$50, right, and break it into every month and all the games you get, it's even on the Xbox. I mean, I only get 4 games a month versus your 8 or whatever you get. But and that's another thing PlayStation does really well. Is they always have brand new games. Like Xbox, every once in the blue moon, they'll have like new stuff. but like most of the time it's a game that's like a year old or more, which like this
right, like Rocket League.
Right.
We got Rocket League, then we got Super Meat Boy, which had been out for Xbox, but when it came out first for PS4, it was free.
Yeah,
you know?
Right. The last time I could think of a game launching on the same day and it was free was Guacamelee. Because when Guacamelee came out, it was free on Xbox One, which is an awesome game. It's an absolutely awesome game. But I'm trying to think,
that game.
Yes, because I'm trying to think of the newer stuff. Because like for December, we're getting Thief. Like that's the big game is Thief, which I actually bought last Black Friday sale, I think.
It's funny. I got that for like $15 and I've never touched it either.
That's the same thing. I got it for like $12 and I played through like 3 levels and I just fell off. And I'm like, So, but it's free now.
Yeah. There you go.
I know, man. Dude, one game I always wish would be free was Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare because I had it at launch, but I needed cash. So I had to trade some games in. I traded in. I always thought it'll be free, no problem, and it never became free.
It's funny.
And now Garden Warfare 2 is coming out.
But Garden Warfare 1 was free for for the PlayStation.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so I just re-downloaded it again.
That game is so good.
I'm glad I did because
I love
it's
that game.
Eli's favorite. Eli Platinum did for me.
No, you're going to get Garden Warfare 2, right? Because he's going to like that.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to buy that for him because he adores that game.
Yeah.
Like I said, he platinumed that game, which is incredible for a 7-year-old to do.
Yes. Dude, that's so good.
Yeah. And it goes to my trophy count, so when he grows up, he's like, hey, that's my platinum. I'm like, nope. You got it from me, son.
That's right.
That's what I do. You got to manipulate your kids to play these games that you'll never play.
Right.
Not the violent ones, of course.
Sure.
But the
Lego Dimensions.
Games.
Did you get him Lego Dimensions?
No.
Oh, dude, that's dude. Black Friday. It's over. It's probably over now. But Toys R Us had it for like $60, I think, for the starter set, which is pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah, they had Disney Infinity and stuff like that, but
right. Well, with that, Josh, I guess we'll just kind of hop into our topic of the week real quick. This is going to be like a shorter episode just because we're in the holidays now. Things are really slowing down. There's a ton of big releases. But today we're going to talk about the one game we have been playing. Well, I guess before we start into Fallout, before we get into
Video
Fallout.
podcasts are fun.
There you go. Is there anything else you've been playing outside of Fallout recently? I'm just curious.
Oh, yeah. I want to shout out to the Talos Principle.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I have.
It's a first-person puzzler, not in your typical sense, but it has a lot of underlying meanings. And if you're a fan of puzzle games that are in first person, it's definitely worth checking out. I'm really liking it a lot.
Is that the game that's from the guy that made Braid?
No, that one still has to come out. That's The Witness.
Oh, okay,
that's been in development for like 5 years.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
But and I think this one was made. Man, I don't remember. It was another popular game they made though.
Okay.
I can't remember what it is, but yeah, we're definitely worth checking it out. I got it at the library, and out of all these awesome big games that I got, I'm playing the Talos Principle.
Right. Dude,
but it's great.
For me, like I was playing a lot of Fallout, and I'm like, it's so gloomy and just killing people all the time. It's very depressing sometimes. You play it for too long. So I was like, I want to play something happy.
World.
I was like, I want to play something happy. And so I was looking through all my collection. I didn't know what to play. And I randomly decided to pop in Super Mario Galaxy 1. And I'm like, I forgot how good that game is. I haven't played it in a long time. I know you like 2 better, but I loved 1. It's might be my favorite 3D Mario game. That game is so good. And it still looks good. I mean, it's on the Wii. And I play on the Wii U, so it upscales it and everything. It's a little jaggy, but I mean, it's a very pretty game. The music is great. The gameplay is great. I love Super Mario Galaxy. So I've been playing that. And then I played on my 3DS. What was I playing? Oh, or a couple days ago, I forget what my wife, she was on the TV, and I didn't feel like turning on remote play. So my 3DS was sitting on the table, so I picked it up. I'm like, I haven't opened this in a while, so I opened it up, and I was sort of flipping through my eShop games, and I turned on Ollie Ollie. I just started playing Ollie Ollie. And
got your first exposure at my house.
It's been so long, because, I mean, that was actually the first video game I ever reviewed was Ollie Ollie. But I love that game, and just playing it again, I was going back and trying to get all the pro challenges done, and I'm like, I'll just try a couple times, and like an hour went by, and I was still playing Ollie Ollie.
That's funny. Yep, pick up and play fun there.
Yes.
What game? Oh, Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
It's funny because the first one, I don't know if I've said this before on this podcast, but I did not like it at all. Yeah. I would have given it like a 6 out of 10.
Wow.
I'm in the very vocal minority of that. But then Galaxy 2 I love, and it's a 9 out of 10 for me. So it's weird. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe it's the hub world and save.
That's what I liked about the first one, because in number 2, you're just like a planet. It's like Super Mario Bros. 3. There's a map and you're a planet. You just kind of move to wherever you want to go. Where with Galaxy, it felt more like Super Mario 64. You're running around a world to get to the different levels, and I actually liked that a lot.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it was just, it seemed like an old Super Mario 64 game to me, like camera issues for me. And then number 2 seemed to really make it so it catered to what environment you were in.
Right.
But
that's true. Yeah, but did you like Yoshi in Galaxy 2?
He seemed a little floaty.
Yeah, I didn't like the way Yoshi played. Yeah.
And he was fast.
Yeah.
But I thought it added something new to it, so I didn't really care, either way.
Yeah. Well, I guess real quick we'll hop into our Fallout stuff. Just kind of talk about that real quick. What we think about it. Because this game, we've been excited for this for
if
you've been listening to our podcast.
Yeah. Other than Bloodborne.
Yeah.
This has been the game.
And the awesome thing about this game, they announced it in July or June. They announced it in June, and it was out in November. So they had a very short window of announcement to release. I mean, there were a lot of rumors, hopping around and stuff like that. But it was nice that they released it so quick, because we got some trailers and it was in our hands, which was awesome. But now I guess just to start off, how many hours are you into the game?
Let's see. A week ago I was at 18. I'm still at 18.
Why? Because when we tried to do this last week, I think it was at 12. And I've been playing not a lot lately, but since we tried to record it last weekend, I'm about, I think, like 18 or 18 and a half. So I caught up to you, sir.
You're almost there.
Right. So, it's I'm enjoying it. Now, I guess everyone plays Fallout a little bit differently. So I'm just kind of curious. Are you doing the story missions at all, or do you just kind of take off and you started running and doing side missions?
I should start just going for the story missions, but once I set a destination marker, I'm usually just going in a straight line for that, and anything that comes along, I'm just veering off a little bit to go to that destination.
Huh.
And examining each building and going very methodically through the environment. So it's probably not the most productive. I guess you get the most experience for a complete mission. So I probably should, because I think you're ahead of me in level now.
I think I'm level 19, I want to say. 18 or 19. Something like that.
Yeah, see, I'm like 14 or 15.
Okay.
So now I messed around with a lot of other stuff, like the building stuff, gun customizations.
Sure. See, for me, I'm the kind of person where I want to get through the story, because that's, I know it's all about side missions, and I get distracted with the side missions a lot. So you go over here and look at this.
Good ones.
The side missions in this game are just amazing, but I feel like I want to get through the story mission. I want to find out what happened to my son, and last time we spoke, which was, like I said, last week, I had no idea what happened to my son, where he was at, and all that. And since then, I've got a much better understanding, because I was kind of curious how far I was in the story, and I kind of looked online to see where I was at. I'm a little over halfway through the story now, so I'm blasted pretty quick. Because what I read online, if you do nothing but the story mission, like you go from point A to point B and just do the story, I think it said it's around like 14, 15 hours.
I could see that.
Yeah. But
the environments are so, it's not as big as the other Fallout games, but there's so much compacted in. Like there's a destination every few feet, it seems like. So
now, have you spread out? Have you gone over a lot of the map, or you kind of staying in a centralized area right now?
I'm sort of going down south.
Okay.
Sort of into Diamond City a little bit.
Oh,
and then I haven't
just
examined
in Diamond City?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to that comic book store. I don't know if you've been there yet. I got that axe, that medieval axe thing. That's pretty cool. Melee weapon.
Did you get the mission in the comic book store yet?
No, there was no mission in there. I don't think so.
There is a mission in there. Do you want me to tell you what it is? Because, okay, one thing I want to say to our listeners.
I don't want to miss anything.
There may be unintentional spoilers. We're not trying to spoil anything, but we're going to talk about some of our favorite missions and things like that so far.
You'll hear about something.
A lot of you probably already finished the game. We're probably like really far behind all of you, but
yeah, they're like these amateurs.
But if you start exploring and actually start doing the story mission things like that, eventually you're going to get to a town called Good Neighbor. It's like if you go far right on the map, it's like over that way. So you haven't even gone over there yet. But as long as you do the story mission, you're going to get this town called Good Neighbor. And there's this guy who is obsessed with this old radio show called The Silver Shroud. Yeah, Silver Shroud. The Silver Shroud. He's like this old-timey radio murder mystery, hero guy. And he wants the Silver Shroud costume, and it's in that comic book store.
I took the costume.
You did?
I do have the costume.
Dude, I
have the props.
That costume is awesome. Because, okay, here's the funny thing. I'm just going to come out and say this because I want you to miss it. Go to Good Neighbor and turn on your radio and listen to the Silver Shroud stuff, and then you'll find his little place inside Good Neighbor, inside the town.
Yeah. Go
there, talk to him, and he'll ask you to get the costume. If you have it, you can give it to him. But what he does, he says, I'm going to kind of spoil this, but I'm sorry for spoilers right now. But the mission, he says, I want you to be the Silver Shroud. So what he does, you get to wear the Silver Shroud costume, and you go around doing vigilante justice, and you have these options to talk to him, and be like, oh, I'm the Silver Shroud. And like you get to talk like this radio voice, and dude, it is awesome. You should totally do it.
So it seems like it has some of that comedy relief too. Is that your favorite mission so far?
No, that's not. Yeah. But it's just funny. Like there's just these little bits of humor splashed throughout. But one really cool thing about Fallout is the companions. So how many companions have you found so far?
I've just found 1, 2, 3 major ones, really.
Wow. Okay.
That's about it.
Okay. I'm trying to think. So I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3,
what's the
4, 5.
butler's name again?
I think I'm like 7 or 8.
Cogsworth?
Oh, yeah, Cogsworth, yeah.
Cogsworth, okay. Cogsworth.
Pretty close. He's got cogs in him, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right. So is Cogsworth your favorite companion right now?
Yeah, I just like his snarky comments and, burning people injustice, cutting off the, the ghouls. Not the ghouls. What are the guys that run after you?
Yeah, the ghouls. Yeah.
I have not played this in a while.
The whole week.
No, they're not called ghouls. Ghouls are the friendly people. Well, the scavenger. Well, I know they're reformed ghouls or something.
Right, but ghouls are the radiated ghouls, but they also have the raiders. That's what you're thinking of.
No, not the raiders. We sound like complete idiots. I gotta look this up.
It's all your fault. No, but I guess real quick, I'm at like 7 or 8, maybe 9 companions now. I think there's 17 total in the game. I've got quite a few. And my 2 favorite companions, once you get to Diamond City, because you're in Diamond City, right?
Yeah, I haven't done any real quest in there. I've just
do the story missions. If you do the story missions, eventually it's going to lead you to a detective named Valentine, and he is awesome.
Is he the synthetic guy or whatever?
You have to. Well, I won't tell you about his mission. I don't want to ruin that. But he is a synthetic, and when you get him on your team and you have him go around with you, he's kind of like one of those old-fashioned gumshoes, and he like talks like those old-fashioned detectives. It's because that's the way he's programmed.
It's like a sleuth, yeah.
Dude, it's awesome. It's really cool. My other favorite right now is Deacon. He's really funny because he works for. Well, this is probably going to spoil a little bit, but me and you and I talked about it before, so it's not a spoiler to you.
Right.
But to our listeners, it might be. But what it is, he works for the railroad. And the railroad, what it is, it's kind of like the Underground Railroad, only it's for synthetic people. They're saving synthetic people, and they're like getting them new lives. And so he works for this Underground Railroad. And they're all like these conspiracy theorists. They're like, oh my gosh, the Institute puts these little robots in your blood so they can track you. And like, it's really bizarre stuff, and it's really funny. And Deacon works with them. And because of that, he talks about how he always changes his face and he changes his costumes. So you'll go somewhere and he'll wear one thing like if you're out in the wilderness, he'll be wearing like kind of like what the Raiders wear. And if you go to Diamond City, he'll be wearing like a catcher's vest and hat and glasses and stuff. And if you go somewhere else, he'll be dressed as like a doctor. Like
so, you turn away and then turn back, and he's like
it's so funny.
Different.
Now,
in just
course,
like a few seconds,
right? But
that's hilarious.
It's funny because there's pop-in in this game because it's Fallout, so it's a big world. There's a lot of pop-in. Sometimes if you look at him soon enough, his clothes will like disappear and it'll just be like his underwear and a white shirt, and then his clothes will pop on. It's really funny.
That was going to be my next question. Does he just show up in underwear?
Yeah, he does, just because of pop-in reasons. But dude, he's really funny. He's a great guy to have on your team. But check him out. I mean, okay, I did unlock some other people. I unlocked, let's see, a super mutant, but I haven't even used him on my team yet. I've got
that's that one mission when you go up into the tower.
Dude, that mission was insane. That mission was brutal because there's like a super heavy.
I watched a Let's Play with Colin from Kind of Funny, and he had such trouble with it.
Dude, I just used Molotov cocktails like crazy and just kept my distance as best I could. It took me forever to work him down, but it was a good mission. It was cool.
Yeah. They're called feral ghouls. That's where
they're feral ghouls. Okay.
There we go.
Are you happy now? They are ghouls. But you said they weren't ghouls.
I know. I don't know why I thought they were called something else. Man. Crazy. But what do you think about the leveling up system?
Yeah, I mean, that's been changed a lot from the other system. Because I'm trying to think how they had it before. Because you had to level up a whole bunch of different stuff in the past, and they kind of compacted everything into one little like system. They took your special system and kind of made it more special.
In a way, yes. I like how the skill tree's laid out. It's a really cool diagram.
Absolutely.
But it's almost too overwhelming. I feel like the way they did it in Fallout 3 was perfect, where you put the certain skill points in and you gain skills from that. But this one is just like everything's open from what you have start at the top. It goes down a certain level where you can get at. Yeah, it's overwhelming, really. I mean, I don't know where to, really put my skill points, and I wish it was more streamlined in a way.
And I felt the same way at the beginning, too, but once you play and start to really build your character and you mold your character who you want them to be, you kind of get more of like a vision of where to go, and you kind of build it around that. And one thing, I don't know if you know or not, Brant, when you get a new level, you don't have to put your perks down at the bottom. You can actually add your perks to the top and put more points up at the special. Which is nice.
I've been doing that because I want more carry space. But that's another thing about the companions is if you can drop all your gear and get to them too. Yeah,
which is great.
Which is very
convenient. It gives you double the space to carry because there's a crafting system. Which, before we get into the crafting system, let me ask you, how are you building your character? You said you're just building him with strength? Is that sort of what you're working on?
No, I'm mainly charismatic. I want to have good speech skills.
Right.
And when I get the caravan stuff going, I want to be able to buy certain special items that I guess you can accrue. So I'm putting a lot of skill points in that and intelligence so I can get like the best weapon modifications.
Right.
And I'm building up the lock picking, sneaking stuff too, because I like to be stealthy.
So it sounds like you're kind of like all over the board on what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much I'm not melee focused, but I just want to be the one that stays in the back, use my high-tech weaponry, sniper rifles to, stay back and pick off people. That's the way I play.
Now, I'm the same way with the charismatic. Like, that's where I put my focus. I'm at level 9 of charisma right now, and I've got almost all my perks in the charisma area. And like there's one where you can actually build up your companions where they can't hurt you and they actually hurt enemies more. I've got one where there's just so many things where now I'm using my speech to get around stuff versus just fighting, which is actually pretty nice.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But actually to get back to the carrying the junk around like you were talking about, this game has a brand new system where what you find actually matters.
Yes. Everything is valuable.
Right. Everything can be scrapped, which is really nice. And that scrap can be used to update your weapons. You can update your armor. You can work on building your little, what do you want to call it? Not your village, but, building your different camps.
Settlements.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's great. I mean, I like that they incorporate, you can gain experience from it. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's something you can totally not do. It's just additive. It doesn't take away from the experience. doesn't add anything. But I was thinking about this because a lot of people are complaining about the layout of how you actually build up your settlements. But I was wondering if maybe if they had like a companion app, you know, like with the iPad or something, or maybe they just put in a patch completely so that when you go into that view, it zooms out like in Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh, okay.
Goes into like isometric, so you can place stuff. I think that would be really awesome if they could patch that in somehow, because from first person view, it's
kind of hard to do.
Difficult. Yeah, and then the ceilings. Like I've tried to build this house, this big loft place, and you know, the ceilings don't even match up sometimes. So it's like there's this wall, and then you can't connect it with the ceiling, and it's not very intuitive.
Yeah, and I haven't really built much, so I haven't really messed with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could be done better, I feel. But it's fun to just mess around, you know?
And also, speaking of Dragon Age Inquisition, another absolutely amazing game I haven't finished. Like I totally forgot about far that into it, but that game is awesome.
Yeah, me too.
But did that come out this year?
That was last year. That was Game of the Year by IGN last year.
Yeah, because dude, that game, I got that when it came out too, and I put like 40 hours into it, and I never finished it, which is just
that's all the big games this year. I have not finished any single one except Bloodborne.
The only one I finished all the big ones. I finished Batman so far. Everything I mean, except for what I have now, like with Fallout, and now I've got this big like mountain of stuff to finish, and we'll see.
Yeah, it's main world problems, man.
Right.
What games can we play?
Right. But but speaking of the scrapper system and the building mechanic, I agree, because there's a mission where you have to find these different settlements and fix them up. And when I went to this one and it said build a radio tower and make this generator to connect to the tower to make it run, I could not figure out how to get the wire from the generator to the satellite. I'm pushing all these buttons. I'm going through all my stuff, and I don't remember what it was. It was just like I had to point at and hit the Y button or something. It just happened automatically.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't tell you how to do anything. Like I wish.
That's the problem.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you exact. Like it could have a tutorial or something you could go into. That would be nice instead of telling you just to do this.
Right, just doesn't do it, and you're like, oh, I just got to figure it out. Which I don't want to say it feels tacked on, but it kind of feels like a completely different department made this part of the game over here, and someone else made this over here, and they didn't talk to each other at all. So it's just kind of strange. I'm
positive it was two different departments, but it's. You know, like I said, it doesn't really. You don't have to really do it, so it's just additive. They could redo some things with it to make it better, but hey, it's nice that it's there.
Right? Yeah. So I mean, but now there's a lot of little things in there. I didn't know if you could do it, or if you knew you could do it. Where when you're looking at all your junk and your scrap and you're trying to build something, and you say, "I need this specific item," you can actually click a button that will like kind of make it important in your inventory. So while you're looking and scrounging through and looting through stuff, it'll say, oh, here's this has that part you need. So you know what you're picking up, if it's valuable or not. And they never tell you that.
Right. Or that you can put all your junk in the workbench.
Right.
And install this there so you can build with it, which that would have been great to know for a while.
Right. As long as you have your workbench and your armor thing and your weapon upgrade system all in the same area, if you have all your stuff in the workbench, it counts toward everything. And they don't tell you any of this stuff, which is, pretty nice.
Man, we didn't even hit on the power armor. How many power armors do you have?
I just have one because I've never used it.
I have 4. Really? No, I have 5.
How do you have so many? Where did you find all these power armors?
I went to this like abandoned military base.
Okay.
And then there they had 2. Then I went somewhere else and they had another one. And see, I'm off exploring all these places and I'm finding all this weird. They all need battery power, fusion cells, and I don't have enough fusion cells.
Right. Well, actually, it's so funny because I'm just doing the story, and you're over here doing all this other stuff.
Yeah, so I have all these nice toys to play with, but my guy's not experienced at all.
Yeah, I mean, and some of this stuff, you'll get to a certain mission where you have to go. It's crazy because you get irradiated so badly. I just warned you ahead of time. Where you have to go down. I forget what the place is called, but it's this nuclear crater. Like it's just this green smoke everywhere, and you have to go down in there to talk to somebody, and your radiation level just spikes through the roof. And somehow by chance, I found a hazmat suit like early on in the game, I put that on, and it was just like I had no problem. Now, when the enemies are starting attacking me, I just ran because I have no protection in that. It just protects from radiation.
Die by a rat roach.
Right. So I just ran, and I got to my destination. But yeah, I'm finding stuff, which is great. But I'm not finding as much as you are. Although, one thing I will say, though, by me doing the story missions, doing all this stuff, like the Silver Shroud mission, I went to the comic book place and found all that stuff when I was supposed to.
Right.
And you found it in a totally different time and space, but you don't know what it's for.
Right. It
So
didn't.
don't
There was no
sell it.
mission.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think you can't sell it anyway. But I was just like, this has to be used for something.
Now, did you pick up the memorabilia? Because there's other stuff too. Like you can find a poster, and you can find like all this other stuff that has the Silver Shroud on it. So when you go talk to the guy, you can give him all this other stuff too.
Yeah.
pretty happy
Oh, yeah.
about
I pretty much stripped that place clean.
Cool.
Yeah. There were also a lot of comics there that you level up.
And no, I just remember there's that glowing ghoul upstairs. It's like super powerful.
Yeah.
And it keeps exploding. All this radiation keeps coming out of him, and he chases after you. And I'm like, oh,
Dude,
my
I just
gosh.
sat at the edge of the stairs with my sniper rifle, and I just took pot shots at him until he.
See, what happens for me? Like I've got some sniper weapons. I guess let's just talk about that real quick. Weapons, because I've got most of my stuff. I use pistols most of the time. I've really decked out my pistols with all the scrap I found, but I do have some sniper rifles from Long Shot. And if I've got some big enemies coming at me, I do have a double barrel shotgun I've kind of decked out as well, just in case.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. I'm running out of ammo so fast.
Yeah, what I do is I carry just one gun of each type of ammo.
I do the same thing. I do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way I always have, if I run out of bullets with this gun, I forget which gun I have. I have like over 1,500 bullets for.
Yeah.
It's the really little ammo that's doesn't do much damage, but at least it's something I can use frequently,
Right.
lesser stuff.
Cool. Yeah, and so early in the game, I got a laser rifle, which is awesome. It works great because if you play through the story, pretty early on in the story, you're going to come to this area where you fight a ton of synthetic people. And every single one you take out, you get fusion cells or whatever you need to power this laser rifle. So I had all this laser rifle ammo. And so then I was just using my laser rifle. That was my main weapon, just going to the game using the laser rifle. Well, then the problem was, after that mission, I didn't see synths again for a very long time. So I just totally ran out of ammo on that.
That laser rifle I think everybody gets, and I don't think you want to sell it because it comes in use. A friend of mine that's way further in the game, Justin, that we had on the show before, he was telling you that you can specially deck that one out to have some really cool functions. I stole mine.
You can.
So
I
was stupid enough to sell mine. I don't remember where.
Well,
so
dude, you're gonna find plenty of them. Actually, one of the missions you go to, one of the missions you go to, you'll get another one. Another special laser rifle. I think it's called the Righteous Authority or something like that. You'll get more laser rifles as you go, but laser weapons are awesome. They're so powerful. It's great.
Yeah, they are. Just if the ammo was around, that'd be nice.
Right. And I'm assuming you found the Fat Man with the mini nukes and all that stuff too, right?
No, I have a rocket launcher, but I don't have a mini nuke yet.
Yeah, because I have a few mini nukes. I've got the Fat Man, but I stored it away so I wouldn't accidentally use it. Plus, it weighs a lot, so I'm like, until I know I need it, I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to put it away.
It's like a Gatling gun. So weighs a ton,
Yeah. I mean, and there's certain things that just weigh way too much.
Yeah, it's item management, man. It'd be nice if they just had an option where you could just turn that off and just carry as much as you want, like bottomless pockets.
Yeah, well, I know on PC. On PC, there's all sorts of stuff you can type in the command prompts to change your stuff.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, but I guess, what do you think of Fallout 4? Because we've been waiting for this game for a long, long time. Do you still feel like Bloodborne is your game of the year? I mean, are you still? Because when we first heard about this game, we're like, this is going to be the game to beat. This is going to be the game to beat. And we're like all about it. And now we've got our hands on it. And we're about the same time, about 18 hours in each. So we've had a good amount of time on this game. Do you still feel like this could be game of the year contender?
Well, the good thing about this game is it's the one game out of all those other big open world games that I played before, which I still like, that are great games. This one seems to get better and better the more you play it. And that's the sure sign of a great game.
Right.
Because, like I said, I liked Batman. Nothing against it, but it just nothing come up with me, and so I just put it aside.
Right.
The Witcher was the same way. Great game, but maybe too vast.
Okay.
And I didn't like the combat especially, so I put that off to the side. Yeah. And this one, I'm always thinking about it, you know?
Right.
Like, what can I do next? Where, you know, this one settlement that I didn't get to, I need to go there. And
right.
You know, it's great in that regard. I mean, it just keeps giving and giving. So it has to be like top 3 games of this year. Yeah. I'm still torn with Bloodborne.
Now, did you get to play the new Bloodborne DLC yet?
No, and that's another thing that pissed me off this week because my save.
Oh no! Don't tell me you lost your save.
It was gone. It must have got corrupted.
Ooh, don't you have the cloud on the PlayStation where you can like re-download it?
Yeah, there was, but then for some reason it's just not there. Like it would not say. It said unable to that's download awesome. This or something like that, and I put it on a flash drive, so when I put in that hard drive I could put it over. So I copied it over there, but it just says it can't take it. So that I have to start all over again.
Well, you love that game. Point that was your game of the year. So if it still is,
so I want to. Yeah, I still want to play through it again. You know, so I'll get to that. I'll probably get up to level 80 or whatever, and then go do the DLC, which I was looking so forward to just play.
Now, is that out? Is the DLC out now?
Yeah, it is. Okay. And I'm hearing great things about it. That game's going to be a serious dark horse for Game of the Year, I think. I mean, at the Video Game Awards, I don't know if this is, you know, what we're going to talk about next week, because I'd really like to talk about the topics.
Sure.
Yeah. Just talk about VGAs and Game of the Year.
Now, VGAs are actually on Thursday, December 3rd. So actually, they're this Thursday. They're upcoming this Thursday.
Oh, okay.
But we can still talk about it. If we want to do, maybe we could do next week. We could just talk about who won and, you know, who we think should have won. We can do that next week.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to have our special episode next month.
And that's going to be totally separate from our own Game of the Year show. So that's going to be a good one. So you guys got to make sure to stick around for that.
What we're looking forward to for next year, all that stuff. So, check out that stuff next month.
And right now for me, for Fallout 4, I'm enjoying it a lot. But like I said, with these kind of games where you're just stuck in this post-apocalyptic world and everything is like sad and disaster, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the story and the characters and all that. But I have to take a break from it every now and then, just because it's just so depressing. It just kind of weighs on me after a while. But
true.
Just in total contrast, Brant, as you already know, my favorite game this year is still Yoshi's Woolly World.
That's just so funny to
hear. Totally different from Fallout, because Fallout 4 are here and Yoshi's. Right. Yoshi.
Woolly World.
Yeah. So that's just the way I've always leaned toward the brighter, happier games. Like I said, I'm playing Mario Galaxy again, and Yoshi's Woolly World was awesome, but that's just me. But right now, I am really enjoying Fallout 4, because what I was afraid of when I played Fallout 4 for 12 hours or however long it was before I took this break, where I said I want to just take a break from a little bit, and I played a little bit of Mario Galaxy, and then I was worried that it was going to be one of those games where I didn't come back. Not because I didn't want to, but just because I know sometimes if I fall off track of playing something, I might not finish it. That's just, my personality. But when I came back to it, I'm completely hooked again. Like I'm completely hooked on the game again.
What's great about that game is I think it's going to have long legs. Meaning you'll take a break from it, but when you come back, you'll just be happy that you're back in the wasteland again.
And I got the digital deluxe version, so I've got all that DLC coming whenever it comes out. So my first mission is just to kind of do the straight. I normally say do the beeline for the story, for the side missions, but I'm just doing a beeline straight through the end of the game to get to the story missions, because I want to see what happens. I'm kind of curious what's going on.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That's my main mission now. I just want to get through the game, the main part of the game. And once I do that, I'm gonna kind of go back, start exploring. Although I am finding stuff along the way. Like I said, I've found a ton of companions now. I've kind of jumped between the different companions, and the companions will give you certain missions. And it's great. I'm liking it a lot. I guess right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you put your enjoyment for Fallout 4 right now compared to the previous games? You would put 10, absolutely.
Compared to the other Fallouts, man, I think Fallout 3 just holds a special place because it was the first time anything first person like that had ever been done before.
Right.
So I think that's an upper echelon of its own, but Fallout 4 is definitely really close because it takes all those elements and refreshes them, makes them better. Right. So yeah, it's right. It's probably a 1.5 to Fallout 3's 1. And New Vegas is, I mean, they're all just great games in their own right. It's hard to really rank.
Right. For me, I would say New Vegas 4, 3, but they're all like so close. It's
crazy.
Those games, they're all
the best
good.
Games of video gamedom. You can't.
The best video games of video gamedom.
The way it is.
Right. It's going to be awesome. And this is one we'll definitely keep playing into next year. Yeah,
like I said, it has long legs. I'm going to keep going back into that wasteland, plugging away. I don't know if I'll ever finish it, but well, I got to see my kid. I have a kid. That's another thing. The story.
Yes.
Just to hit on this real fast.
Sure.
The story, I think, has better meaning this time around. As far as, I'd have more connection with finding my son than finding my dad, And I like that the main character has a voice now. Mm-hmm. I feel it adds more personality to who you are because you still make the choices, but, it's nice to hear his take on what you would say. Mm-hmm. It's very similar, and yeah, I think it fleshes out the story much better.
Right, yeah. I completely agree. And that's one thing we didn't talk about, though. The voice acting. It is the first time they've had voice acting. Now, I know you're playing as a guy character, right?
Right.
And I'm playing as Agnes. If those who don't know, ever since Mass Effect, I picked a female shepherd. And at the time I was playing that, Despicable Me had come out in theaters. And Agnes was the little girl, the one that goes, so fluffy.
The little cute one.
Like the little girl. Yeah. And so I took that name, and I somehow, along the way, every time I make a character, I make Agnes over and over and over again. And so I'm playing as Agnes. And the voice acting is actually, overall, it's pretty well done. Yeah,
it's solid. The production values on this game are through the roof. Like when you first load it up, when you see that the special thing as it's downloading the game to your system, that was so awesome. That's the best opening load screen you'll ever see.
And it still plays like on my game when it starts up. Sometimes it'll kick out like the introduction to the game. Sometimes it'll kick out a special video. It does, all sorts of different stuff as I turn it back on, which is pretty cool.
It's great.
Right.
Oh, Fallout.
Which is
I want to
awesome.
play it tonight now.
Well, is there anything you want to say to cap off what we're talking about with Fallout 4?
No, other than if you don't have the game yet, I would recommend getting it, even brand new. It's a game that's going to last you the whole lifespan of PS4, Xbox
Yes,
One.
Even if you don't get the DLC, there's so much to do in this game. It is crazy. There's just so much to do. It's
ultimate bang for your buck.
Another thing we didn't talk about when we were talking about weapons. The actual gunplay, you still have VATS, which is nice. They kind of changed VATS a little bit where it's like slow motion now instead of people being totally, frozen.
Yeah.
But the actual gunplay when you're not in VATS is much better.
It's so much better.
Your sight and actually shoot and know you're going to hit something, which is actually really nice. Like the improvements they've done to this game, it really is. Not to say this in a bad way, it honestly is Fallout 3.5. So if you liked Fallout 3, you will love this game. Or even if you played Fallout 3 and you had problems with it because the gameplay, like the actual shooting mechanics, were bad, which honestly in 3 they weren't that great.
Yeah, VATS was there just
for a chance.
Yeah, it was just there to clean up the horrible, first-person shooting that was there.
Right.
VATS was great for that. But now, since it's actually competent, it's no Call of Duty, or Halo, but, you can just play the whole game without VATS and have a good time.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of things, they took everything Fallout 3 did and did it better. The gunplay is better. The scrapping is better. The whole system they did for scrapping is so much better. The voice acting is great. And then, just everything they've done is just a step up. The story is better. It's just wonderful. The one thing I was going to talk about, now it totally slipped my mind, but what we were talking about gunplay. Let's see. We're talking about guns.
Are you talking about modifying guns?
Talking about modifications. I'm trying to think where I was going to go with it because, I know what I was going to bring up. one thing that people have been complaining about and talking about since the first trailer dropped, the graphics. People have been talking about the graphics, and I mean, it kind of looks like a brighter, shinier version of 3. Like it's
I think it's
a full step. It's more of a half step. I mean, it looks like a shinier Fallout 3, but like the draw distance is better. The textures are better. I mean, there's still some kind of weird, janky stuff in there every once in a while, but I think overall, it's so much better. I mean, I know people complain about it, but if you look at the Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 like comparison videos, they're all over the internet. Go find one. It is really a lot better.
People are complaining about, it doesn't look as good as The Witcher, and that's a bigger game. Baloney. This game is so ambitious that you can't judge it based on another game.
Right.
I think I'm with you. I don't understand why people don't say this game is gorgeous. I think it's wonderful. The only thing that's bad about it are the character animations.
Yeah.
Like, I think those can be pretty crappy sometimes. Yeah,
I mean,
but other than
they're
that,
kind of stiff, and some of the physics, like you shoot people, they'll fall over, or when things fall down, like the physics aren't quite there.
Normal physics stuff, yeah.
But I mean, when you make a game this massive, it's 200 plus hours, and there's like 200 people or however many people are over at Bethesda working on this thing. Like there are a few things.
All the amounts of codes they have to write, just because all the different combinations of clothes you can put on, and of course there are going to be bugs.
Right.
I mean, you can't find everything in a game so ambitious. So hats off to them for going for it.
And also, that's one other thing we didn't talk about: the armor. It's kind of a new system this time, because instead of having one big piece of like an armor suit, you kind of pick and choose the pieces, like a left arm, right arm, left leg, right leg, helmet. But the one thing they don't explain, I wanted to mention this real quick. You have like kind of like an Under Armour, like your vault suit. You can put stuff on top of it.
Yeah.
But then there's other things where it's a full suit, but it's not an Under Armour suit, and they don't tell you that. So when you put it on, all your armor comes off, and it like screws everything up. They need to fix that.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Right.
I do like the customization, because you can add
great.
The metal plates here, forearms, shoulders. It's
and
very
that can all be upgraded as well.
customizable.
Yeah.
Yep.
So which is really, really good.
Everything's upgradable.
Right. Well, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this wonderful conversation on Fallout 4. We actually got it done this week. Last week was a mess. This week we got it. We got the video. The video's going to be on YouTube.
We think so, anyway.
Right. Well, real quick, just to talk a little bit about Life of Gaming. You guys can find us on iTunes. We're on YouTube, so wherever you're watching this. Also, make sure to rate us. Subscribe and rate on iTunes and YouTube. We're also on SoundCloud. You guys can find us on the Microsoft MP3 store. We're on Facebook, Life Gaming Podcast. We're on Twitter, at Life of Gaming Pod. And if you're looking above our heads right now, if you're watching the video version, I can be found at James+12. Brant, where can people find you?
They can find me at minus the Brant on PSN. So
awesome.
Yep.
Cool.
Let's game.
And also, you were somewhere else this week as well. Do you want to talk about that at all?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The awesome guys from the TMB podcast, Tyler, Nick, and Bobby, they had me on their show. It's actually cool because through the Beyond Facebook group, I met Bobby. And he formed the Greater Cincinnati area podcast group. And I guess I was the first podcaster they had on the show. So that was a good time.
Cool.
Listener discretion is advised, because they are comical, very entertaining, but yeah, it can get a little raunchy. It was a lot of fun, though.
Right.
They're great guys, so check out their podcast.
Awesome. Well, hopefully you all have enjoyed this show, talking about Fallout, talking a little bit about news. Next week, hopefully everything will be back on track. Hopefully Matt will be back with us. We'll try to get Brimmy in here with us. And we're just going to talk about the VGAs. That is the plan. We didn't get to do our special Black Friday Thanksgiving episode because of my kidney stones and all that stuff and messed everything up. But
James,
we're back on track.
You got to keep... We gotta do this every week, man.
I know, man.
Come on.
And the funny thing is, man, until recently, we've missed 2 weeks now. We haven't, not in a row. I mean, they were overtime.
Slacking.
But we hadn't missed a week for 9 months. Or how long have we been doing this? We started in February, so we're almost up to a year, which is awesome.
Well, yeah, because there were a few days you couldn't do it, and I had to host. And
yes, you did. Because that's nothing. I don't know what happened, man.
Scary.
Just a total side note. I hit 30, and my body fell apart. I don't know what happened, because I got laryngitis, which, I'm still healing from, but I'm so much better. I got laryngitis. I got the flu really bad. I got kidney stones. I got there's just things.
You have STDs.
It's just I do not. Just for the record.
It's off the record,
dude. But I mean, I don't know what happened. I just got really sick. Like the last 3 or 4 months, all this stuff just kind of hit. It was weird, but I'm better now. So the plan is hopefully we'll stick to the plan. So
yes,
BJ is next week, and we'll also do our Game of the Year stuff.
I can't wait.
We have all sorts of stuff coming up.
Yes, so check that stuff out next month. Good stuff.
Okay, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this show. Make sure to check out Life of Gaming everywhere you can find us. And if you're listening to the audio version, make sure to check YouTube, watch the video version, and vice versa. Download us on iTunes, blah, 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 all that stuff. But
yes.
Until next time, guys, we hope you enjoyed the show. We are out.
Bye.